Welcome back to Cooked and Plated. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my version of candied yams. Stay tuned for the recipe. Okay, so our potatoes are washed. This is 2 pounds of potato. And I have a piece of ginger. This is what I call a thumb-sized piece of ginger. And we're just going to cut them up. And in the size that we want them to be. So these are about this thick. So we want all of them to cook around the same time, so we try to make them pretty similar in size. So when it's a little bit big, like this piece is, I'll just cut it in half. That way everything cooks together at the same time. Okay, potatoes are cut, and this is the size that they are. Now we're gonna cut the ginger. I'm just gonna slice it up. So this is how it is after I slice it up. So aside from the star of the show, sweet potatoes, these are the other ingredients that I'll be using. Vanilla, some ginger powder, cinnamon powder, nutmeg, a little allspice, salt, and an orange with a little bit of orange zest, and brown sugar and white sugar, also butter. So we already cut up our potatoes. We're gonna head to the stovetop to get this finished. Okay, so for this part you need a medium-sized pot with a lid, a tight lid. And I'm gonna put my stove on medium-high heat. The first thing we're gonna do is melt our butter. 1 stick of butter. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of white sugar. And also 1 cup of brown sugar. I think you can use all brown sugar if you want. It gives it a more earthy taste. But half and half is good. We just want to mix everything in. Now I'm going to go in with 2 teaspoons cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. It smells good already. Now you can double this recipe if you want it to be really, has that nice thick gravy, a lot of it. If you want any extra sauce, you can double the recipe. But I think this is good enough for me. Now I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon salt. Just for balance. When you're making sweet stuff, you need some type of salt in there so it doesn't taste overly sweet. Salt helps to balance the taste. I'm gonna go in with 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. The allspice is optional, but it gives that fall seasoning or flavor or spice. Yeah, fall spice. Allspice is fall spice. So yeah. Add it in there. It's really good. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder and 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Now, you can add these in any order that you want. Just make sure you put the butter first. That way you have a little base so everything else can sauce up together. potato pieces. You can remove these if you want after it adds the flavor, but it's gonna get softened and you might later not notice. It's good for you. So I'm gonna mix that in. My heat is on medium low because everything is already melted. And now I'm just gonna add the potatoes. Sweet potatoes are in, and I'm just gonna mix everything in. Now these potatoes produce a lot of water, so as they cook, it's gonna release a lot of water in there. But once you turn the stove off to cool it, the sauce is gonna thicken up. So just mix it in just to get everything coated, and then we're gonna add our orange. The whole orange, we're just gonna squeeze that in. I'm gonna save half of the orange to use for zesting whenever I'm plating it. A lot of people put marshmallows in their candied yams. It's not really my thing. I used to eat it like that, but if you like it that way, you can add it. You will have to put it in the oven after you make it on the stove top, or you can just do the same thing and put it in the oven. But I'm gonna finish mine on the stove top. I'm gonna cover it, and I'm gonna bring my heat back up to medium and allow it to cook for about 20-25 minutes. So just giving it a check. This is like 5 minutes later. Okay. 20 more minutes. So it's been about 15 minutes, and we're gonna check to see if it's tender. Yep. You don't want to make it too soft, it will become mushy. So once you can put a fork in it, it's done. So it's cooked. Now let's plate it. Okay, so we're gonna scoop it up. And there you have it. It's cooked and plated. I did some orange zest at the top for a little garnishing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, happy cooking.